Tesla is absolutely crushing it in China because in the month of June of 2020, the Made in China Model 3 was the best-selling vehicle of any kind, not just, mid-size luxury sedan. Best-selling vehicle by far in 3 of the biggest megacities of China. This includes Beijing, Shanghai, and Shenzhen, and of course, Tesla wants to rapidly expand into more cities in China over time. And the reason that rapid expansion should matter is because in those second, third, and fourth tier cities of China, home charging is a lot more doable. In the more populated cities, it's actually pretty difficult to figure out home charging because everyone's living in apartments, which means all these Model 3s typically have to stop at superchargers in order to get more range. But the Model 3 selling incredibly well in one of the most populated places on Earth is great news for Tesla. And the other great news is that according to studies, Model 3 is leading quality control in China compared to competitors. So we now know that all of those quality control issues people love talking about with Teslas are kind of restricted to Fremont. It's really not so much a Tesla problem as it is a Fremont problem. It's an older factory, it's a dated layout, and as we've seen Elon talk about with Gigafactories a lot, this is their true product. Making a machine that makes the machine, and Giga Shanghai is not just taking the Model 3 assembly line from Fremont and rebuilding it over in China. It is a completely different approach at mass manufacturing, and clearly they're able to pump out lots of vehicles at a very cost-effective manner, and now thankfully we're hearing that quality control is also insanely good. And the big fire that is Tesla in China is only going to burn hotter as soon as the Model Y assembly line is up and running, which should be very, very soon, as at the last Tesla earnings call, they showcased their new stamping press and machinery that's going into the Model Y assembly line right now. The facility itself is completed, so basically all that needs to be done now is load up the robotics equipment, hire up a lot more people so that they can produce Model Ys, hopefully at the same scale they're able to produce Model 3s, maybe even a little faster because it's an easier to produce vehicle where they've simplified a lot of the mass manufacturing techniques, unlike the Model 3. And since the Model Y should be entering a larger, more densely packed market of people who want hatchbacks and crossovers and SUVs and that kind of thing, it should sell even better than the Model 3, and pilot production of that assembly line could be starting before the end of this year. Definitely expect the Model Y assembly line to be operational by early 2021, and the profit margins on that car are going to be oh, so sweet. Also, a major shareholder of Tesla stock, Tencent, has been partnering with them. They're a company that owns the Chinese version of PUBG over there, and they've been doing these kind of viral marketing campaigns, which it may seem like Tesla is advertising, but Tencent is providing all of this themselves, so don't worry, Tesla's not spending money on ads. That's all the gaming company here, but essentially they partnered with them to showcase these like kind of purple-wrapped Model 3s and Model Xs that you're able to play within the game, and essentially Tesla is letting their shareholders over in China do advertising for them. This is like product placement in a game that Tesla doesn't even have to pay for. This is just because the Model 3 and Model X are fairly popular cars and well liked by the Chinese market, and brand matters a lot there. And now seeing all these Model 3s built in China is making people want to play them in the actual game. So it's pretty much the perfect storm. The fact that they've got this upcoming vehicle assembly line getting ready to mass produce. The Model 3 is already crushing it in major mega cities and outselling every other vehicle, and it's not really that close. It's not really neck and neck. When you see the actual numbers of registrations, again, this is in June, so Model 3 production ramp is only going to increase from here on out. They're in the lead by a long shot. Lots of people are picking up these things. They love the cost-saving factor. They love the fact that the Chinese government is providing tax breaks to those people who are buying electric cars. Of course, they're much cheaper to operate, and you lucky citizens of China get to enjoy much better quality control with the Model 3 versions. And may I add that they have the rear-wheel drive long-range Model 3 over there, which sadly has been discontinued in the US for a long time, so we don't even get that option. And the great news is that more ethically used batteries are being used in China as well. Tesla's already moving over to different battery chemistry for the standard range Model 3 over there that is completely cobalt-free. It results in the vehicle being a little bit heavier, but the range is still able to hit those promised results. The partnership with CATL seems to be going very well, and this means that all of the mining and manufacturing that goes into the battery packs for some of the most popular Model 3s don't have to rely on the very expensive and very controversial material of cobalt, which Tesla has said multiple times that they want to minimize the amount of cobalt they use as much as possible and also work towards phasing it out entirely so that the rock coming from the ground all the way into the vehicle that people can drive for thousands of miles can be done as ethically as possible. Not to mention, of course, they do save some money by the manufacturing techniques they've learned from Giga Shanghai, and since the Model Y is so much more efficiently designed designed, Giga Shanghai is going to be a cash cow. You know, it would not have been possible for Tesla to have a profitable second quarter this year if it weren't for that factory. And the fact that it's going to be expanding to twice the size it is now, entering a different market that's even larger than the market the Model 3 is a part of. Seeing the growth and popularity Tesla has in China, it's totally believable to me that in a few decades, maybe even by the end of this decade, we could see Tesla producing easily tens of millions of vehicles a year, which is their ultimate goal, to make safe vehicles that are better for the environment and, of course, all electric that people enjoy and that overall people just want to buy. People want to enjoy and appreciate these things, and knowing that they're getting that ownership and they're getting that brand loyalty built at the beginning in the largest vehicle market in the world just says a lot about their success. It shows how much they're playing the long game and why it's likely for them to become a trillion-dollar company someday. But let me know what you guys think of Tesla's expansion in China by hitting me up over on Twitter. Join my Discord. Let's chat more about it there. Thank you all for watching. Hope you have an excellent day. Take care.